Hey y'all, it's your girl REX, Are You Saying? And I'm back with the video. Today, I'm going to tell the REX, Are You Saying story. However, I'm going to start from where I want to start. God's willing, this could get to a point where it's a book and then you'll get the first half. But the first half don't really matter because I wasn't walking with God. God was walking with me and I didn't understand that. So today, really my goal is I just want you to listen. I just need people to listen. I just want to be heard. I want to be understood. Not every black girl who looks like me get this opportunity, like without making a deal or receiving some type of compensation. You understand? I'm doing this for free because I actually care about the outcome of your future. I actually care. I want you to be successful, and not success by anyone else's measure, success by your measure. I want you to know that you are understood. I want you to know that just because things happen to you or you were suppressed or oppressed, that means that you are defeated, because you are not defeated. You are stronger because of what you went through. Had you not been able to endure that, for me also, had you not been able to endure that, or go through those things, you wouldn't be the person that you are today, or have the knowledge and the wisdom, the life experience. One thing I remember, I wrote a poem that goes like this: the air tell me shit that I don't want to hear, so I earth, wind, and fire get it out of there. Heard that from a voice that you'll never hear, cause the guppies in the gutter got them out of there. Find me swimming with the sharks, nigga, I ain't scared. Never worry about the guppies cause they gullible. Got my eyes on the water that's in front of you, and the back of my mind been fronting too, so don't ask me why I don't fuck with you. So yeah, that's pretty much, the concept. Like, there's a lot of people who look like me, who came from the same demographics, who will never be able to tell their story and has never even felt like their story mattered, because so many people are signing deals and so many people are making it seem like our lives don't matter. And I just want to begin this story right now and just encourage you to comment. Tell me your story in the comments, like, subscribe, because this is just the beginning. This is just opening the door for you. Because what good are my gifts to me? Is for you. What good is me making YouTube videos for myself to watch? It's not for me, it's for you. And that's one of the stresses that I have, being, shadow banned and oppressed, but people already envy me. Understand? I already have the pressure of my everyday life. So when I come to YouTube and other platforms, it's simply to be who I am. Other people come for the opposite reason, to be someone else, because they're looking at it to make a living. I'm not looking at it to make a living. This is my joy. I've always been creative. I've always been a creator. And so this is just something that I am secondhand good at. I don't edit my videos. If I do edit my videos, there's so many, endless opportunities, but that's not the point. That's not the goal I'm trying to accomplish. That's not, what's so important. Some people don't know how to edit their videos, and that's who I want to watch my channel. It's not always about the best. Sometimes it's about the chance, the opportunity. You understand? And this is my opportunity. So I want to start from me being 22 years old, moving from Philadelphia, PA to New York City. I moved from Philadelphia, PA, and this video might stop, in the middle while I'm talking. However the case may be, we're going to label this part 1 and begin with part 2. So that's why you have to subscribe to keep posted. You understand? So I had a baby. I was not married, whatever the case may be. I didn't have familial support. The father was locked up. He wasn't supporting anyway. And I just had a broken heart. Like, my heart was so broken at the time. I probably just was disrupting stuff in my life by myself. However the case may be, it became spiritually dark in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I'm from. And, people of my demographics, youth, black youth, the chosen ones, so to speak, star seeds, I realized that we were oppressed, and that people who had jobs weren't my age. It was like more baby boomers, and the baby boomers were lost. And it was just so much psychological understanding that I came to at that time, that I felt like I had to move on. I didn't want to take chances away from the child that I had, because that was a choice that I made, and I didn't want him to suffer the repercussions because I chose to make this choice. God knew my heart and the reasons why I did lay down and have sex, and the reason why I chose to carry that child and give that child life. And I'm glad that I did. It made me stronger. It made me have more wisdom and more knowledge. And so I moved to New York City, and I didn't know where I was going when I got on the Greyhound. I didn't even have any money. Someone else bought me the ticket, and it wasn't even to New York City. I ended up getting off the bus, and there were people at the Greyhound who were reaching out to, it was like an intake. Like, it just so had, and me, I just broke down crying to the lady. She had like a yellow vest on, and they were taking people in because, you know, New York is a sanctuary city. They were taking people in, and I started breaking down crying. I was telling her, you know, what was going on in my life, and it was labeled as domestic violence. And so I ended up in a domestic violence shelter with me and my son. And I thought it was the shelter was called A New Day. So I thought it was a new day. I saw nothing but bright skies and new opportunities, and there was. However the case may be, I didn't understand that I was walking into a system. I didn't understand what New York City was. I didn't understand who ruled over New York City and what was going to take place in New York City while I was there. Now, but right before I moved, that's when God had called me. He had let me know, you know, this is what we're going to do together. You understand? You could be doing this, you could be doing this, but I'm going to direct your path. And so I realized that God was directing my path, but, you know, things were just a little sticky and iffy, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. So I went to the one shelter, and it was like a system. Like, they were moving women around. Like, they would disallow the woman to get actually comfortable. Like, it was always chaos. They were calling ACS, which is like child services on women. They were just doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it was like very hateful spirits that worked there. But me, in my mind, I'm thinking, I gotta do this for my child. You know, he need a place to stay. I don't have a place to stay. I don't have any family. This is working for me. They're providing 3 houses and a cot. You know, I'm a citizen in the U.S. My mother paid taxes. I'm worthy of being here. It's not like I'm asking for handouts. And it's just like, you know, I'm a U.S. citizen. You know, new beginnings, a new day. So I'm near, and like, you know, they even called ACS Child Protective Services on me. I cleaned the room that they gave me spick and span. And they would come in and tell me that it's not clean. And I started to feel defeated. And they would just pick at me and pick on me. And one lady told me I didn't have to be reading the Bible. And they were just doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Before you know it, I became one of those women that was moving from shelter to shelter. I moved from a domestic violence shelter in the Bronx to a domestic violence shelter, to a regular shelter in Queens, a regular open shelter in Queens. They all are hotels because the hotels coincide like with the shelter system, and everybody make money. ACS is a part of the shelter system. Every system in New York City, pretty much, that's linked to poverty and just like the oppression of people, they all are linked together. So ACS is who provides shelter. So ACS open cases against you, and they try to take your children. And they just, it is very, very wicked. It's a wicked, nasty, dangerous game. And, you know, there are some people, like, I want to shout out Deanna. She plays the system. Like, she worked the system. She's so uncomfortable in life, she don't mind moving. Like, she moved before, girl, that she showed me something. However the case may be, that's not my purpose. Deanna, I love you. Mind you, I'm at this time I'm 22, so everybody's 18, 20, 22. They moving us around, you know. Sometimes the conditions that we living in aren't all that good, but being as though we not in a third world country, and we are, you know, in America, whatever the case may be, I can't say that it was that bad, but it's not. It sometimes, like, it's just not good. For instance, when I was moved for no apparent reason, based on it was just no apparent reason. When I was moved from one shelter in Queens to a shelter in Brownsville, God was with me, because originally I'm from 3rd and York in North Philadelphia. That's where my grandma lived at, 3rd and York in North Philadelphia. I'm from the grimiest part of Philly, like the nastiest, snakiest, like not sneakiest, because South Philly is actually sneakiest. But I'm cool with the gutter. Like, I'm cool with. I received so much love over there. However the case may be, me and my, at the time, 1-year-old son was placed around the corner from a shelter they sent men to, who just got out of jail for like sexual predator. Today is not that type of shelter. Just like today the shelter that I was living in when they moved me from, before they realized who I was, after they realized who I was, they start changing these shelters names, and it was in them. Now old people live in the shelter that's in Brownsville. I was around the corner from sexual predators. Now this is what they knew. It was a family shelter. That's where they placed my son. That's what they thought of me and my child. Me and my child. They placed us around the corner, and we was there for like a year, around the corner from a place where people are sexual predators and crazy stuff like that. And we could have got hurt, we could have got killed. Anything could have happened to us, but God just so happened to be with us. And in that shelter, that's when I found a job. I was doing so well, and I found a place, and it was revealed to me that they actually paid the apartment people that I found that wasn't in the projects. They paid them not to accept me, because before I got the shelter involved, because they said all I had to do was find a place and they would pay the money and I could move out. Before I got the shelter involved, everything was green. Like, they were willing to accept the voucher that the shelter would allow and stuff like that. But after I found my place, they paid them people not to accept the voucher and for me to move on. And it was crazy, because that, I found my place. That was it. I didn't have to move to the project. But their end goal was to get me the projects. They went so hard as to sit me and my son in front of a panel of people, and someone who was supposed to be my social worker, you understand, who had the nastiest, most negative, ungrateful spirit that I have ever seen in a person. He concluded that I would not be able to afford to live on my own. I'm incapable. I'm capable of doing all things through Christ that strengthens me. At that time, money was flowing. And had I moved, and then not only was I denied, I was placed to another shelter that was far away from my job, which stopped the flow of money that I would have been able to use while I was living in my new apartment that I moved to. However the case may be. They said that the reason why is not because, the apartment wasn't fit or nothing like that. It was because they deemed that me, I wouldn't be able to take care of myself. I would eventually lose the apartment. Now, the people who orchestrated the apartment were Christians. You understand? It was a church actually underneath the apartment, or aligned with the apartment, however the case may be. And they were Christians, and it was crazy. So they thought that I wouldn't be able to afford it, and that's what they said. And it was an argument. I argued them down. No, you just can't afford it. You can't afford it. So from that place, I ended up moving to Queens, a shelter in Queens. It was crazy. And that place was inhumane. That's when I realized it was a spiritual warfare. Throughout this whole time, I was becoming more spiritually embedded in the Lord, my Yahweh El Elyon, the Most High God, who sits high above the heavens and whose glory is far above the nations. I became more embedded in Him, and I realized that it wasn't physical as much as it was spiritual. So I moved to a place in Queens, New York, Hillside, and it was just spiritually wicked. Like, stuff was moving around it was wicked. It was something like that. You had to be there to believe or understand, you know what I'm saying, like that, cases like that. In a case like that, it was crazy. It was just, my skin was drying out. It was just like mold, dust. It was actually an old mental asylum, and it was a famous movie shot there. So if you could figure that out, you could probably figure out where I was. Mind you, I'm not from New York, but I was on like 79th and Hillside in New York, me and my child. And it was very spiritual. And from there, they wanted to, like, their end goal, like, I was showing them apartments. I was still looking for apartments, and people were still willing to approve me, but the shelter wasn't approving me. So they thought that it would be best that me and my child move into Polo Ground Towers. That's fit, you understand? It's 30 feet, 155th and JFK, pissy hallways, just nastiness. Now, mind you, I did my part. I was relying on the city as much as I could. I found a job, and then I found the place. I did everything I had to do. This is the city, the biggest city in America, I believe. They a great person like me. So I found a job, I found the place, and I hope you follow me. And they thought that it'd be fit that me and my child moved to Polo Ground Towers. And because I was the despicable and nasty living conditions, like, it was just horrible. It's just something that makes my skin crawl and will make your skin crawl. They felt like I ended up moving there because I just wanted to get from underneath what I was going through. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I decided, you know, to just move with my child. And everybody was telling me no, but I'm like, I gotta get my child out of this. I gotta move forward. I can't just sit here in the shelter for another 2 years. Cause I was already in the shelter for going on 2 years. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I gotta move out. I gotta move on. So me and my son moved into the shelter. I realized how unsafe it is. I never felt safe. Oh no, I never felt safe. I was just a different breed. Like, I was just a different breed from what was around me. I was like, you could smell me. Like, I'm like, they were on me. Like, people call, they were on me. They were on me. Like, I'm fresh meat. I'm beautiful. I'm built like a stallion. Like, I'm not project materials. Like, you set $1 million. You set gold in the midst. You set pearls in the midst of pigs. It was weird. So it was a feeling that I never felt. And they knew I was different. They just knew I was, like, different. You could see it, feel it, I'm supposing. And at first, like, you know, I'm going with the flow. I'm like chit-chatting with people, you know, just getting a feel of the environment that I am in so I can know how to protect myself and my child. This is the incident that got posted on World Star that Scarlett was referencing when she said a nigga smacked you and all this stuff. See, Scarlett got a deal because I don't want one. Like, they knew not to, like, it was crazy. Like, this is a spiritual warfare, so I was very much under observation. I remember one time, last year this time, I Googled Scarlett because I'm like, what happened to that girl who used to be just making, I'm a poet, making poems about herself getting raped. So, like, it was, I did it for humor, but I also did it because I was genuinely concerned. So, I just typed it in. Next thing I know, the powers that be done got that girl. And it was just like, they using her to talk about me. Now, it was not only her, like, so many rappers just referencing the fact that I got smacked in Harlem. When I smacked that nigga back, that wasn't caught on camera, but that wasn't the purpose. The purpose was to get me getting beat up in the middle of a pandemic and to post REX Usain. Because the devil knows the plans that God has for me. Not all of them, but most of them. So it was to get me to a place where he could defeat me in some form. That didn't, you know, it didn't work, but it was very traumatizing to have to see me, my mom calling me crying, you understand, about me being smacked. And I threw a whole bottle of soda, 2-liter bottle of soda at that nigga. I chased him down and smacked him back. Like, it was crazy. That wasn't on camera. And it made me mad that I was being perceived as a victim or somebody that just got beat up in the projects, and people just say, oh, that's what that bitch deserved in the comments and talking crazy. Y'all don't know me. Do you know why they did that? Because they were trying to talk. I'm beautiful. Sorry. They were trying to talk to me, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want no man that be standing on the corner 24. I don't want that. I don't want no nigga that be standing on the corner 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to work, you in the corner, I come back in the corner. I don't want that. I'm just telling about they stuff, like breaking them down. Like, please, I could do this. Like, I ain't mean to disrespect, but at the end of the day, don't call me from 2 blocks down. You understand? Hey, yo, I got some weed. Don't call me like that. And that did it. That they was calling me ugly, or I'm not that cute, or I think I'm so tough. I have a tough spirit. You understand this? I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm fighting spiritual battle. Me, I say, when I talk to the demons, me, I talk to the air, me, I speak to those things that are not to. Me, I have to have a sternness in my voice. Me, I have to talk like I mean it. So, by nature, you know, I'm a little bit more, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And that's just me. So that ended up happening. That was one thing. And I'm not sure if the cameras were placed in my bathroom at Polo Grounds before that or after that. But somebody got a whiff of who I was. Cameras was placed in my bathroom. Now, I'm not built like a mushroom. Not built like a big back. I'm shaped like Serena Williams. Mini Serena Williams. And at the time, I'm focusing on my body, and I'm just getting better and better and better and better. And one of the reasons why I decided to gain weight, because I don't want no perverts from that experience. I don't want no perverts fantasizing, obsessing with my body, and secretly watching me and masturbating to me. I'm not that. People are out here. They have OnlyFans. People want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to see me naked. You are not my man. You are not the man that I'm interested in. You are not my partner. You are not my girl. You are not none of that stuff. To be that, I want you on my body, looking at my body, lusting over my body, lusting over my child body. I don't. And so, yeah, I kept living my life. I'm not saying it was perfect, but I'm living my life. God didn't kill me. God woke me up in the morning. So God don't, let God be the judge. He don't need y'all judging his children. But it was just a certain set of people who run these projects. And they are from behind the Himalayan mountains. When I get the name, like, this is biblical. It get deep as to who really run the projects and who invested and who doing this. It was some crazy stuff happening. So time went on, and things began to deepen. I left New York, but God sent me back because I wasn't there for my own cause. I was like, I want to just leave. I ain't got to deal with this. People got cameras in my bathroom and stuff like that. Let me just leave. So I left. I left before I found the cameras, but he called me back to show me the cameras. He wanted me to see, this is who you are. You understand? This is what you are. This is what I think of you. This is what they know you are. This is why you have cameras in your bathroom. They can watch you from your home, but they don't want people to see what you got to say online. They are oppressing me. Okay? They are oppressing who I am. I look around and I see so many Usain, so many people in the industry sounding like me. That's why I got my hood on. That's why I'm not want. Listen, be yourself. Why do this girl look exactly like the pictures that I posted last year? Why don't y'all wasn't wearing colorful hair? You understand? I'm glad I added that to the world. I'm glad that I love to see it. But you're not going to take from me and not give me credit. I am who God says I am. I know that for a fact. Money don't make me. Money can't change me. Money can't do for me what my God can do for me. All money can do is be a blessing to those around me. Because wealth is not for you when you obtain it. So the cameras in my bathroom, I filmed them. I start posting it online, whatever the case may be. I start trying to talk about it, reach out. They moved me from Polo Ground Towers to a place called Lehman Village. In Lehman Village, it was just closer surveillance. It was just crazy stuff happening. At the time I was applying for jobs, but I was being oppressed because they oppress certain demographics, and if you're not vaccinated in certain states, you won't be able to get a job. But even beyond that, I just feel like I was blacklisted. I couldn't get a job anywhere, so I was doomed. And you know that's true, because as soon as I was able to get a job, I got a job. That's all I want to do. I'm not asking for no handout. I don't need a $4 million. I don't need a $1 million. I don't mind working for what I'm due, because I know I'm great. I know God said. But even if God didn't say, I'm granted with common sense. I have eyes to see, ears to hear. You understand? I can look in the mirror. I don't think lowly of myself. I'm just humble, because I want to bring. I don't want my greatness to overpower somebody's greatness who has yet reached the point where they felt that, understand that they are great, that you can do all things in Christ that strengthens you. If you didn't die, then you a better person than you think and understand that you are. And I want people to genuinely understand that. So I don't always got to be the best. And Joel Hansen, he did a good job, when emphasizing the fact that you don't always have to be the best when you know that you can do. So shout out to Joel Hansen. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I moved at the time I was living in Lehman Village. Like, they were starting to mess with my finances. I was receiving like $100 in food stamps here and there, $60 in cash. It was hard for me to take care of my son. Me living in the shelter and being in public housing took away from my livelihood, and all I want to do was do about it. I never applied for the projects, the shelter. I was like, how did I get accepted to the projects if I never applied? After they denied me to move in by myself, they was like, oh, we applied you. Girl, how can you apply me and I get accepted? How can you apply me to the projects? So I moved into Lehman Village, and it's just horrible. Me and my son just start falling off. Not real bad, but that's what they had to do for people, like, there's people in the industry that's always taunting me and saying stuff subliminally. I know when you talk about me, I'm great. You know who I am. Like, there was a time when I wasn't active because I went viral on TikTok and my account started blowing up, but I knew TikTok wasn't for me. And not nothing against people. I don't have nothing against for people who use it, but I just knew it wasn't for me. And I was used as like bait so much. Like I give things value. So me being on TikTok made it seem like I really care for TikTok. I've always been a YouTube girl. Like it gave value, so people start it's just so much that happened in my life spiritually. Like a political group came, I don't even know how to say it. The devil himself used me as bait. Like he got people in competition with me that I don't even fucking know. People that I don't even know. You understand? People share I heard I was viral on YouTube before my channel, was doing what it's doing. I'm like, how? What did I do? What are you talking about? Then somebody who looked like me was on the news, looked exactly like me, fighting a taxi driver, biting him. I was getting phone calls like, you on the news. People they said they didn't know who it was, so it seemed like it was me. I was being spiritually attacked. I tried to reach out, I tried to reach out, via my social media platforms, but my video wasn't taking off. Nothing was happening. People was just making a mockery of it. They start, offering, the devil himself start maneuvering to be offering people deals. And, that's when it became everybody against me, so to speak, or everybody who, took the deal or did, teamed up with Satan. Start talking about me. Before that, I had people like B Loves Life, getting a whiff of who I am and talking down, subliminally. And I don't care to go through the videos and add the clips. Fuck them people. Because you don't hate me, you hate God. And bitch, if you can't get jiggy with my God, I can't get jiggy with you. And I'm going to probably have to find another place to, once this video start getting views, because they want me to die. And they want my stuff. They want me to be a sad. Why would my God who sits high above the heaven want me to be a sad story? You didn't create this earth. You understand? You don't have the power to make a new day or end a day, or, you don't know when the sun is really, you don't know none of this. You don't know. So be humble in the earth that you did not create. You understand? And I'm not trying to be smart. How about repent or talk to God or get to know yourself? I don't know, but don't do me. I had so many content creators come up against me. I have so much pressure. So for me to be shadow banned, it's just like, bro, like, I have pressures of the world. Just let me be great online. You understand? Just let me say what I gotta say. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm not being evil. I don't have ill intentions. Look at the content I'm posting. It's about God. Why is God so offensive? Just let it flow. Because that's what's gonna make America great. It's crazy how y'all God chose me for a reason. Like, I feel like people genuinely desire to see me dead. I feel like America got it out for me. I feel like America wants me dead. I feel like there are people in high places who put money on my head. That's genuinely how I feel, and that's what I know, because God don't keep no secrets from me. The thing about it, and the fact of the matter is, that is not why you were created, to kill me. Jesus was already the ultimate sacrifice. And it even happened that my birthday fell on April 24th in 2021. And then the powers that be changed that. Like, Easter was April 20th. I didn't change the date of my birthday. My birthday fell on Easter. All of a sudden, Easter changed. And it sounds crazy for you to hear that, but it's true. Stuff like that. Like, that part of the story will just throw off somebody completely with them hearing that's how deep it is for me. That's April 20, like, now Easter won't fall on April 20, and Easter my birthday had fell on Easter once in my life, so why wouldn't it fall on Easter again? My sister's birthday fell on Easter once in her life. It's falling on Easter again, March 31st. So why would my birthday not fall on Easter again? You understand? Stuff like that, because they want me to be jealous, and they want me to do what they know I can do, and it will only harm humanity, because they think that I only care about myself. No, I don't only care about myself. I'm a middle child. God put me in predicaments to know what to do in situations like this. Before I got to the situation, I'm stronger than that, not by my strength. That's what's in the air. That's what's in the heavens. I didn't create myself. I don't give a damn if you care, if you mad about what God created. I don't care. I don't care. That's not my place. That's not my business. That's not my purpose. That's not your purpose. Worry about worry about what's to be, what's to come, and don't focus too much on tomorrow. Worry about right now what you got to do for you. That's my slogan. Do what you got to do for you. I ain't worried about you. I'm looking towards the mark of the high calling. It's when y'all get to worry about me that pisses me off, because it's like, this is reaching the masses. Let what I got to say reach the masses. I'm not talking about you. My life don't concern you. What I eat don't make you shit, and vice versa. You understand? I have become the focal point of hatred when that is not why I was created. Jesus died for me. We are 223 years since Jesus died and rose again. That's what we count. Since the death of Jesus Christ and he died again. That's how we're counting. That's how we're counting our years and our time. And so it was a guy who was placed next to me, sent by the devil, and also NYCHA and even probably the Fed, because something told me that he was the Fed. I don't know if he is or not, but it was just strange. He was living next door to me. He one day knocked on my door and asked me, what do I believe in? His name is Gabriel Batash. He just so happened to be a hacker and all of this stuff for the government, and all of these jobs that he had was just for the government, and even people, it was just crazy. So I Googled him and found this information out. And when I called the FBI to, give him a hint, because I knew of other things that he was doing that just wasn't correct. You understand? They asked me, how did I know? You understand? Why wouldn't I know? You understand? You can't, don't do that. I'm not that. That's not who I am. I don't bother people. I don't do things that harm people. And I'm not Jesus Christ. He is he died for me and you. You wouldn't be here right now in this earth. Bad or good, wicked or good, whatever you chose, if Jesus had not died. So I don't know why y'all talking about Yeshua Mashiach like he's man, or like you could have did the same thing. They start cremating people because the cremation, burning the body, burying them under cement and all that stuff, that came from the fact that Jesus died and rose again. However the case may be, this guy, Gabriel Batash, we ended up getting to, after he knocked on my door to ask me what I believe in. I'm a single mother. He lived next door with 6 children and his wife. I don't know what the real scenario is. He knocked on my door, asking me a question. He's 6 foot, Asian man, Oriental, something like that. 6 foot. It was just strange. Me and him ended up in a hallway fighting. He choking me out. He hates when I pray. Every time I pray, open my mouth to pray. He calling the cops. The cops coming, taking his side. We get arrested. I'm getting arrested. Then it ended up turning on me when they ended up understanding that I was who I was. So I ended up getting arrested. Before you know it, I'm in jail facing a hate crime, facing 15 years to life in prison, based on somebody who is not born in America, who live in the same predicament as me with their family. Like, 2 hits are way better than 1. Why are you married in the projects, black or white? The projects was not even created for his race of people. I mean, it was created for white people, don't get me wrong. But when they realized there could be a system that could oppress, it wasn't created for Gabriel Batash's breed. You understand? His kind. You are pale skin. You have an advantage. Why is you and your wife living next to a single mother and her son? And why the fuck are you harassing her? Why are you putting your hands on her? But then why am I going to court in America facing 15 years to life? Nobody is in the courtroom but me. Nobody is there to witnesses. I don't have any family. Nobody is there to witnesses. He ended up calling ACS on me and telling them I abused my child. We healthy, wealthy. My house is beautiful, beautiful furniture. I had a bitch that couldn't even stand next to me walk in. I'm sorry, I'm being so humble. I mean, she was, come on now. Please, okay? Please, projects or not, okay? You can't sit with me, ho. Okay, you coming in here judging me? Let me see your motherfucking house. My furniture sitting up high. It looked like princess furniture. And now everybody I see online got the bed that I had before. I'm like, it's jealousy. It's envy. Don't envy me. Praise God. So she looking with her nose up, looking around. My son ended up being removed from my home. And they were charged me with 15 years of life. So I walked away from the situation. I left the apartment. I just walked away. I don't know what's going on. I don't receive food stamps. I don't receive WIC. My son is not receiving nothing from them. I don't receive nothing from them. Nothing. I don't receive nothing from the government. Not one thing from the government. I moved on. If that, let them. Why are you and your wife, black, white, why are y'all in the projects? That is not for you. That is for a stepping stone for single black woman, single black male with children, anybody single with children. You don't need two people, two of y'all asses need to both get up and get a job. It was annoying. And they took their side over me, over my side, because of how I look and how they look, and because I was praying and stuff like that. So now I stand before y'all today. Right now, I'm homeless. However the case may be, excuse me, it's better than being oppressed. At least I get to know that my help come from God. It don't come from a system who don't care about me, who don't care about us, who would rather an immigrant have more rights and more success than me because of what I look like. My black life don't matter to these people, and nor do people who look like me, and people who reach out to God, and people who are just, I don't know. And I don't know, why would you take offense from this? You understand? God didn't die just for his children, or he died for the entire world. He died for everybody. What is wrong with y'all? If y'all want me to elaborate, it's chunks of the story missing. I just wanted to get that out. My page is oppressed. Y'all, people want to see me. People want to hear me. I want to see y'all. I want to hear y'all. I know that we matter. Like us. Like, it's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's not about none of that stuff. I know that we matter. I know that everybody, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, I know that we can push forward. I know that we can be better. I know that we have it in us. God will. Yes, I can bring the sun down. Yes, I have that power. Yes. God will relent. He will withdraw his anger. You understand? If we do the right thing. However the case may be, the power, I still see food. They don't listen. And they think that it's a competition. And that's the devil trying to make it out to be something that it is not. It is a competition, but God already won. So it's not a competition. It's just vanity, like King Solomon said. It's just vanity. And so, if y'all want me to elaborate and just ask me questions and give and take, and that's how we'll get the story out together. And trust me, like, I want to have faith in us. Like, I have hope for us. I have hope for us. You understand? But it might not be hope. However the case may be, I'm not a dweeb. I don't just talk just to talk. I don't go through stuff just to go through stuff. My channel is shadow banned. I'm being censored. I know how to dance. I know how to sing. I know how to rap. I know how to do everything. We are great. We're about to enter a renaissance, and it's greatness because, and it ain't gonna come. Like, why do y'all feel like? I know y'all seek blood, but bro, like, judge yourselves. What do y'all do wrong? Everything, right? Yeah, be the judge. God don't need you judging his children. That's why he sent Jesus, because he realized y'all wasn't good judges anyway, because y'all don't know how to judge. Y'all ain't doing it right. That's why judgment had today, and that's why he sent the Savior to die on the cross. Okay? But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give and take. I love you so much. It's your girl, but God loves you more. It's your girl, REX, Usain. Remember, do what you gotta do for you.